Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about book icks. I just thought it would be really funny to keep just a running list of the icks that I immediately got from books. I think I went and did one of those like Kindle, like stuff your Kindle days or whatever the hell they call them. And in those, there were a bunch of free, like really crappy books. And I started to read one of them, and it just, I DNF'd it after the second page because of a book ick. And that's what kicked off my book ick notes list. So with that being said, what was that book ick? It was when a character only calls someone little sis or like sis every other fucking sentence. And it feels like a way for the author to like tell you the relationship between two characters. Here's the thing. You can do it once or twice to like get your point across. However, whenever a character is saying, sis, hey sis, oh my gosh, sis, what are you doing? Sis, come on, let's go do this. Does any adult talk like that? It's just immediate. I stopped reading immediately. The next book ick. This is a book ick that really just pisses me off. It's whenever like two characters are first meeting and then something happens, something crazy happens, dramatic, and one character, usually the main male character, says, "Do you trust me?" And then the other character always says, "Yes." Like, ma'am, you just met him. Why would you trust him? Do you have no common sense? Like, tell me that is not one of the biggest book icks you've ever heard in your entire life. The next book ick is singing. Any type of singing, any songwriting, honestly, like even a musical instrument. This is very niche, I feel like, to me. Maybe not like the singing part. I know the singing is pretty widespread, that's like a well-known book ick, but anything musically related almost is very, I can't do it. I can't, because it just always feels, oh my God, it feels like that Barbie scene where all of the Kens and the Barbies are at the campfire and all the Kens are singing the same song and and playing the guitar. That's what it feels like to me. If someone is playing for someone else, like in a solo, just the two of them together. The next book ick, and I stayed away from age gaps at all up until really like this year is whenever I finally started like getting into them, because sometimes they are part of a really good book. However, the book ick here is not age gap. It's age gap whenever it's someone like younger. It's when it's like a child, literally. Like, I will not read an age gap romance unless the main female character is like over 21, but even that is pushing it. Like, what makes me feel more comfortable is like 23 plus. Anything younger than 23, younger than 21, no, absolutely not. You have to be above 21 for it to any way make sense in my brain that I don't need to be calling the police. That's just it. The next ick is the miscommunication trope. I mean, this feels like this is much more generic, I feel like, than the other ones, but I cannot stand third act breakup is because of one single thing that they could have just talked about, clarified, and then it would have been fine. Usually the main female character takes one thing the wrong way and then done, boom, everything's a dumpster fire. She breaks up with him. It just drives me crazy. Are you guys not adults? Can we not just chat? Hash this out for literally 1 minute of a conversation and you guys would be happy. That doesn't feel like a good plot device, you know? Okay, the next one, so I love me a good grumpy main character, right? Who doesn't? But I like whenever the grumpy guy has an actual personality and it makes sense, like his emotions and how he's feeling, and he can still relate to people and be empathetic towards people. Here's the thing. The book ick with this is whenever there is no ability to like understand anyone's emotions outside of just the so grumpy, the world revolves around him, doesn't know how to express himself at all, no grasp on his emotions, just always like completely pessimistic and angry, brooding, never has any sort of happy emotions. It just really pisses me off. A good example of this that has recently pissed me off is Jax in, what is it, Wrecked? The Dirty Air series with Lauren Asher. I think it was also kind of the same way with the second book. I DNF'd both of those. So that's cool. My next book ick is, it has more so to do with printing, like the covers of books. You probably saw this a little bit whenever I was talking about Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Coming from a marketing background, I feel like I just nitpick more than the average person, because I also know that these authors, especially whenever they're like bigger authors, I don't usually do it whenever they're smaller, like self-published authors, because they don't have as many resources. But Ali Hazelwood has the resources at her disposal, so I'm angry on her behalf for getting a cover, 2 graphics on it that were copy pasted, when I just felt like that's so easy to like fix. And the same thing with how weird their faces look. I'll put it like enlarged right here, but I don't want to like harp on it, but I just really did not like how that looked. That is to say, the book ick overall is whenever they have like details like this not fleshed out completely. And I also just really don't like romance books whenever they have like naked guys in the picture. I'm not gonna buy those. Like I will have to read it on my Kindle, which I don't have. I can only read it on my phone because I don't want to walk around with a naked guy on my cover. Like, that's just embarrassing. You know, my next book ick, which you could, after probably reading just one of my videos, you could probably guess this one, but I cannot stand a weak main female character. I will die on this hill. It's one thing for her to like start out as someone with less confidence, but there's a way to write that person that makes it very interesting as she develops into a stronger character as she goes on in the book. But it's just, whenever it's just a weak female character and it feels like she's being propelled through the story by the side characters, she's not making any decisions herself, she's literally just weak-willed, I can't stand it. I can't do it. This one is sort of different. I've seen people talking about book icks with like how they don't want people to be talking about like social media or like modern pop references in their books. I'm not that far into that book ick, but whenever it's like modern slang, like if someone says burn or like slay in a book, that's a book ick for me. You know what the last book ick I'm going to leave off on is the fact that stores will sell books with stickers on them that aren't easily taken off. That is you know what? That is the biggest ick I will ever have towards books, because you ruined this book for me. Sam's Club. No, I didn't expect the greatest quality from Sam's Club, but still. Why would you put a sticker on a paperback cover? How to make it make sense? Make it make sense. Why are we not putting something inside of the books? Like, it looks like a bookmark, but it is the thing. Keep your little barcode on the back so you know how to scan it and stuff. But, like, I don't understand. Anyway, that is going to be the end of this video. I just really was fired up the other day when I was looking through my notes app with that. And I felt like that would be an interesting video to make about all of my book icks. And I just know that I will be adding more to that. So I will probably have to do like an updated version sometime in 2024. But yeah, let me know what your book icks are. Like, how did you feel about mine? Am I being too crazy about certain ones? Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow for Bookmas.